UltraTech Cement, a part of Aditya Birla Group, is making a substantial investment of 1,800 crores to enter the wires and cables market in the next 2 years. And they are doing this by setting up a plant near Bharuch in Gujarat. Now, this firm looks to utilize its prior manufacturing experience and a strong customer base that they have the relations to serve quality wires and cable. Now, obviously, this alignment is a part of their broader strategy to provide an end-to-end solution to the construction sector and their customer base. And this strategic move has triggered multiple concerns among established wire players in the industry, resulting in notable declines in share values of all the cable and wire companies such as KEI Cables, Polycab, and even RR Cables. The wires and cables industry has basically seen a healthy growth, registering a compounded annual growth rate of nearly 13% since FY19 to FY24. Now, this demand is driven by the growth of residential, commercial, industrial, and infrastructure sectors. Moreover, this industry was actually transitioning from unorganized markets to an organized sector. And this opened up prospects for companies like UltraTech to basically come and capture market share. But the question here is, Shashank, why is everyone scared of Aditya Birla and why are all the wire manufacturing companies falling down? And for that, we need to understand how big a group this company is and how important UltraTech Cement is. Now, UltraTech Cement is the flagship cement company of the Aditya Birla Group. Now, Kumar Mangalam Birla serves as the chairman, having operations across 36 different countries and 6 continents. Now, under his guidance, the group's turnover has experienced substantial growth accompanied by over 40 different acquisitions worldwide. Now, this group also maintains a leading presence in diverse sectors including cement, chemicals, metals, textiles, fashion, financial services, real estate, and renewables. Now, if you look at their key company, that is called Grasim Industries, which is the holding company of their group and also has a 57% stake in UltraTech Cement. Now, Birla is scary and people are scared of him because this is not the first time he's entered a market and broken a monopoly. They did the exact same thing in the paint space and they broke a monopoly company like Asian Paints. Now, the story goes like this. In 2021, Grasim, another Aditya Birla Group entity, announced their foray into the paints business with the launch of something called as Birla Opus.
And now the launch of our paints business embodies the spirit of an aspirational India.
Now, initially there was skepticism. Many people said Asian Paints are so strong, their distribution is so good, they will never lose. But slowly and surely, Birla Opus started gaining traction in the Indian decorative paints market and it offered competitive pricing and extended credit periods to its buyers. Now, Grasim started investing in the brand and started gaining market share quarter on quarter. And Birla Opus would now be the second largest player by installed capacity in the Indian decorative paints market, which is now poised to grow at a double-digit pace over the next decade. But the problem is what happened with Asian Paints, the number one leader of the entire industry. Now, the cracks in Asian Paints were clearly seen because Amit Singhal, the CEO of Asian Paints, also said in the company's conference call that the competition was reaching a certain scale across the entire industry and that is creating an issue. And the margins are also surely getting hit. Now, they have also been seeing lower demand in certain sectors and pricing pressure has come down. Because of that, the margins have also gone down. And this is all indicative in their results because if you look at Asian Paints, from a 20-25% margin in the last few quarters, their margins have now come down to 15 to 19%, indicating a huge margin pressure. Though the market premium that Asian Paints commanded before also evaporated because in 2021, Asian Paints was sitting at a P ratio of 120 and today it is less than 50. Now, this shows how a new entrant, that too with a huge operating scale, ready to establish multiple different factories and a strong branded player, can come and destroy any business in any moated category. Now come to the main question. Why is UltraTech going into the wire and cable business? Here are a few reasons. Number one is it's a beautiful diversification. Because if you look at the wires and cables business, they are less cyclical compared to the cement industry, which is highly cyclical in nature. And also wires and cables give you a huge margin compared to cement that actually gives you less margin. Now, what this will do is it will improve the margins, improve the profitability, and also reduce the volatility of the entire business. The second biggest advantage is that now they can provide a one-stop solution because UltraTech can now offer cement, paints through Birla Opus, wires and cables through their own business, giving a full value for the builders or the construction sector. Now, this will benefit all real estate companies and this will generate more sales for the company and for the real estate companies, so it becomes a win-win for both. Apart from that, there is another masterstroke. Copper is a key input in all these wires, and Aditya Birla Group recently has a good amount of stake in a company called Hindalco, which is a major player in copper. So now it also has all the raw materials ready to make the best product with the lowest cost and combine it into a multiple different layer package and give it to all construction companies over there. Now this is a masterstroke because all the wire companies cannot produce cement, nor can they produce paints. So now he's building an entire ecosystem. And because of all this, Polycab, which is now sitting at 20-25% market share, KEI at 10% market share, are all having a massive breakdown and every single thing is falling down. Now, apart from this, UltraTech also recently acquired another company called Kesoram Industries to expand its cement capacity. Now, this acquisition, which will happen on March 1st, 2025, involves a share swap of 1:52, valuing Kesoram at 7,600 crores. Now, because of this, UltraTech's cement capacity also goes up quite drastically. And don't forget, UltraTech has more than 4,000 distributors as of today, including their paints business, and that is already more than the entire Polycab's distribution base. Now let's look at what other people are talking about this. So KEI's MD Anil Gupta came out and said that the market is too big and there is no threat to our business or margins. And he also said that for someone like UltraTech, it will take at least 3 years to start production and another 3 to 5 years to develop a brand presence. So KEI, a company with 10% market share, is also very confident due to its strong export presence and an established position. And he also said that pricing pressure is unlikely and he dismissed the concerns of a price war, stating that UltraTech's high initial cost would prevent it from undercutting competition. But all said and done, right? The Aditya Birla Group, as you can see, is going through this aggressive expansion strategy into new markets similar to other prominent Indian conglomerates. They announced Birla Opus and they ramped up facility and they broke Asian Paints and they won that business. How long did it take? It took almost 3 to 4 years. All of this makes it very interesting to look at how Aditya Birla is going to play this game. And because of them, companies like Polycab corrected from 63p to 40p and KEI went from 75p to below 50p, and all the overvalued wire companies took a massive beating and all of these companies have now fallen down. Now I know for a lot of people who are holding these companies, time will tell what will happen, but it seems like whenever a big industry or a big industrialist comes into the sector, there is usually a shake-up that happens and eventually you will see pricing pressures kick in, maybe in the next 4 to 5 quarters. So for all the people who have invested in this, I hope this fundamental research actually helped you with some kind of education. And if it did, click on the like button and share this with your friends who actually have wire companies or hold wire companies so that they understand what is the actual significance of this news. And I know a lot of people on Twitter and everywhere else were saying that 1,800 crores is nothing, how can they disrupt such a big industry? But please understand, this is just the start. They've just started with 1,800. They will ramp up to 5,000 and then 10,000, and then by the time you know it, your share price might be in a problem. So this is not a buy or sell recommendation, but this is for you to learn and understand how markets price different things and why big companies actually fell down and why some companies are actually scared of Aditya Birla Group. I hope you like this. This is me, Shashank, Udupa, signing off. Take care. See you guys. Bye.